Hey there, you've been exercising for a while? Let's raise the bar and take it to an advanced level. Frequency, let's pick it up one notch. Let's exercise 5 to 6 times per week. 2 peak 8 cardio sessions, 2 strength training, and 1 active isolated stretching and strength training combo sessions per week. Repetitions, let's always remember the slow is better. 3-second positive, 1-second isometric squeeze, squeeze water out of a sponge, working on that mind-muscle connection, and a 3-second negative. Think about contracting and squeezing the muscle through a range of motion, not moving the resistance from point A to point B. Let's throw in a third set now for you advanced folks. 3 sets per exercise. The first set, let's get to failure in the 10 to 12 rep range. Remember, those last 3 repetitions are vitally the only reps that really matter that will force your body to gain muscle and lose fat. Second set, let's increase the weight only slightly. The smallest incremental increase in weight is best. And let's get to failure in the 8 to 10 rep range. The third set, if it feels right, let's increase the weight again a little bit and let's get to failure safely in the 6 to 8 repetition range. Remember, we still want to warm the body up with some light calisthenic, some stretching, some jumping rope. And then we also want to stretch in the middle and then we want to cool down at the end. Now remember, you got to tie this together with the 2 missing links. You know what they are, remember? That's right, it's proper nutrition and goal-setting strategies. Put it all together, it's your killer combo. So there you go. Now let's raise the bar on what we both know you can do. Build a better body, build a better life. Feet firm on the floor, tailbone on the pad, shoulder blades on the pad, lower back arched out, chest open. 3 seconds down, 2, 1. Let that air out on the way up. Down, breathing in. Nice slow tempo. Trying to squeeze the fists together, melt the bar even though the hands don't move. Working the right bicep, 90% of my body weight through my right foot. Leaning forward just slightly. A little bit of balance here on a bench. Big breath in. 3/4 of the way up. Drive that elbow down an inch or 2 towards the floor and squeeze. Come back up to the top. Big breath in. 2 and 1. Mind-muscle connection. Nice, slow stretch. Last one. Big breath in. Drive that elbow and right shoulder down. 3, 2, and 1. Nice and extra slow on the last one. Nice big stretch. Pinch those knees together. Keep the toes up just a little bit. Nice big breath in. Exhale, squeeze those knees together. Silver dollar between the knees. 3, 2, and 1. Nice big pinch at the top. Down slow, point the toes up, big breath in. Exhale, the tailbone, the buns are going to want to rotate up. You want to force the pelvis down and really dig deep into those hamstrings. 2, and 1, and relax. Chest open, retract the shoulder blades. On the descent, keep the bar nice and close to the legs on the thigh, big breath in. Drive those elbows high. And keep the bar nice and close to you. Flip the elbows back and up nice and quick. As the bar goes down nice and slow, stays close to the body. Breathing in. Nice and slow. 2 quick explosion points right at the bottom. And right at the top. Blow air out. Drive the thumb heads a little bit together at the top. All the same principles of a flat dumbbell press. Down slow, pause, big breath in. Halfway up. Drive those thumbs up a little bit higher. Palms stay face each other slightly. The entire range of motion going down. Big breath in. Separate them. Down extra slow on the last rep. Elbows in. And dump them forward. Retract your shoulder blades. Palms start to the rear. Big breath in. Turn them. And exhale. Drop the knuckles. Lead with the butt of the palm up towards the shoulder. Get a nice 2-second pinch. Squeeze at the top. Very important negative on the way down. Very big part of this movement. Big breath in. Exhale. Drop the knuckles. Bring the butt of the palm in towards the shoulder. Last repetition, a big slow 5-second negative down. Feel that big stretch. 3, 2, and 1. We're working the right hamstring and the right glute. The right heel is not too far away, not too close. Toe pointed up. Bring the extra weight right down on top of the pelvis. Big breath in. Breathing in. On the last repetition, let's get some pulses at the bottom, and 3, and 2, and keep that toe pointed up, and down extra slow on the last one, 3, and 2, and 1. Chest open, retract the shoulder blades, big breath in, a little bit of a quicker movement on the way up, curl the knuckles in. It's in between a lateral and a row. We're going heavier. I'm using hand straps to help the grip strength. Big breath in. Down nice and slow. One more time. Big breath in. Curl those knuckles in. Kick those elbows out to the side. Half lateral, half row. 3, 2, and 1. On the last repetition, extra slow. Nice and slow down. 3, 2, and 1. Thanks a lot for joining me on my Sprint 8 warm-up. It's time to take it up a notch. So here we go. A couple things before we get started. We can do this twice a week. There's no problem with that. It's recommended that we start on the elliptical. I love the elliptical. It works your thighs. It's your big power muscles. It's a little bit safer on your balance, and you can get really intense on it. In the future, we can consider going on Sprint 8 on a treadmill. It's a little bit more functional, balanced, and works your nerves, and really works your core big time. And occasionally, for advanced runners, we can do Sprint 8 outside on the ground, but there's a large risk there, and you got to really be ready for it. You got to have some experience. So, real important now, before we get started, that we get a 2 to 3 minute warm-up for sure, and a nice 3 to 4 minute cool down at the end. Very, very important that we do that. And lastly, before we get started, is we got a couple of handle variations. I like these handle grips right here because it simulates more of a sprinting type motion. It's more functional, but if someone is just entry level advanced and they feel a little bit unbalanced here, we can hold these handles right here that don't move so you feel a little bit more secure with your balance. So now to perform the Sprint 8 effectively, we really want to go in the 6th, 7th, or 8th final challenge. We want to really shoot for that maximum heart rate. 220 minus your age, that's going to give you your maximum heart rate. If you go over that heart rate, don't be concerned because it's only an estimate, and obviously your heart can go over that number, but that's what we really want to shoot for. Now, the importance of rest and recovery is vital. The next day you're going to be sore. Recovery is what it's all about making progress. So what's the best way you can start recovery is to make sure the next day you just stay moving, nice and slow, low intensity walking, light intensity stretching, and nutrition is huge. Healthy food, small meals often throughout the day, lots of water. Take your multivitamin, and lastly, a recovery starts with a really good night's rest. So there you go. Those are some really good recovery techniques. Now it's ready. 3, it's ready for me to hit it. 2, and it's go time. Take the roundness out of your lower back, nice and tight. Retract your right shoulder blade with a stiff arm, and then blow and roll. As the hand turns in. Down slow. 3, 2, palm to the rear, nice stretch. Round the side of the lower back, retract the right shoulder blade first. Exhale, that elbow comes in towards the spine. Nice stretch. Elbow comes in towards the spine. Down nice and slow. 3, 2, and 1. Raise the right shoulder blade off an inch. Come down nice and slow. Breathing in. Raise that right elbow up. Get more of a stretch in the tricep. Exhale. Driving that pinky head nice and high. Giving yourself a soft spot on the forearm. Breathing in. And exhale. 3, and 2, and 1. Stabilize the arm with your left hand and get more of a mind-muscle connection. Come down slow. 3, 2, and 1. Rotate the hips. Tighten up that lower back. Big breath in. Buns tap the bench at the bottom. Let the air out at the top. Tighten up the lower back. Big breath in. Foot stance. Straight ahead, not too wide. Not heels in, toes out. Rotate the hips. Big breath in. 3, 2. On the last rep, 3 pulses at the bottom. A little initial body English. Dipping. And pause for 2 and 1. The bar comes straight down through the spine. You just get your head out the back. Chin high. Big breath in. Bring that chin down. Pause. 2 and 1. The bar comes right through the middle of the spine. Get the head out of the way to the back. Big breath in. Extra slow down on the last one, right through the middle of the head. Big breath in. Drive that chin down, slow and controlled. Dig those heels in to give yourself more leverage. Big breath in. Throw a little rotation in there to get the side obliques. And slow and controlled still. 3, 2, and 1. For super advanced, you can do this one on a decline ab bench to increase the resistance. A variety grips is positive. Base grip is hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart. You can also vary it up and go here, reverse, a little bit more narrow. Most people go too wide. Nice stretch at the bottom, big breath in. Retract the shoulder blades. Exhale, pause, 2 and 1. Nice and slow and controlled, very important. Big stretch at the bottom, round out, get a stretch, big breath in. Open up the blades. You don't got to go higher than that right there. Keep the tension on the back. On the last one, give me a nice slow negative down. 4, 3, 2. Nice big stretch at the bottom. Keep that upper arm parallel to the floor. Drive back and pause. 2 and 1. 2 and 1. Another variation on the technique is to turn the palm up. 2 and 1. And at the end, rapid fire for 5, 4. Keeping that upper arm parallel to the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Nice and slow down. Feet close together. Hand on a bench for balance. Push your hips way out in front of you. Go out on the balls of the toes. Heels come up. Push your pelvis, hips way out. Go up on the balls of the toes. Squeeze those knees together. On the last one, make it unique at the bottom. And 3, and 2. Leaning back and up nice and slow. Knees close together on the floor. Takes the core somewhat out of it. Palm starts in towards the face. Big breath in. Palm towards the front at the top. Overextend. Feel this left side core. Down nice and slow. Big breath in. Pause for 2 seconds at the top. Overextend. Feel the left side of your core. Big breath in. Pull the left hand back. Overextend the top. Extra slow down on the last one. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Got weights in the feet. 2 and 1. Drive that chin down. Pick up the pace for even a greater challenge. Ooh. And hold. 3, 2, and 1. Let's wrap it up. It's time to tie it all together. For optimum results, let's remember to stick to our fitness schedule as a guide. We have 3 pillars. You remember what they are, right? Sprint 8, active isolated stretching, and strength training. Now, it's really important to know that in order to get results from all this information we've given you, you got to have a goal. Goal setting is vital. Let's have 4 things. Let's have a deadline. Let's go 6 weeks into the future. What having that date 6 weeks into the future gives us is a sense of urgency. Give me a time. On this date, at this time, I'm going to retest, and I'm going to lose 4 inches off my waistline. When you have a sense of urgency, you buy your food, you cook your food, you're prepared. You do your cardio, your weight training, you follow through on everything that you need to know to get this done. Number 2, let's take some pictures. Let's get in swim trunks. Let's show as much skin as possible. Take one picture from the front, from the side, and from the rear. And then we'll retake those pictures in week number 6. Look at those pictures in the beginning and say, is this the body that's truly allowing me to live my best life? Number 3, testing. Let's get on a scale weight once per week, waistline measurement, get the tape measure the exact same way, parallel to the floor, the same tightness, and measure that waistline. If your scale weight stays the same and you lose a ½ inch off the waistline, that is a good week. That means you gained muscle and lost fat. Don't overanalyze it. Use it as a tool. See if you had a good week. Plug 4 or 5 good weeks together out of the 6, and you'll be well on your way. Number 4 is the emotional element. The reason why you're doing this. It's the why behind the what. The what is lose 4 inches off your waistline. The why is what are you doing it for. It's different for me and you and everybody else. Get off of blood pressure medication so that you can look good in your Sunday clothes, so you can have your spouse feel attracted to you, so you can improve your self-confidence. It doesn't matter. It's got to be important to you. Read it out loud before you go to bed, and when you wake up, remind yourself of what your emotional reason is. So there you go. Now you have the tools to have a better body, Build a better life. Go make it happen.